Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about having a Taurus Sun and Aries Venus in a natal chart. Now, with the Taurus Sun, the basic fundamental character may be one that is patient, persistent, persevering, loyal, and obstinate. Now, with an Aries Venus, though, in matters of the heart, the person may be more impatient, impulsive, and impetuous. So there's obviously a strong contrast between, the basic true self, which is the Sun, and the attitudes and the way the person, goes about their relationships and the activities connect with them, how they act in the relationships. So even though these are adjacent signs, they are obviously vastly different. The person with the Taurus Sun may be very, methodical and plotting and really cautious as far as the basic character goes. But when you have the Aries Venus, the person may be more aggressive, excuse me, aggressive and assertive in matters of the heart. Now, the thing is, if the Sun conjuncts Venus, there may be intense drive and motivation in doing what is enjoyed. And I want to just elaborate on that I do, some astrologers don't believe in, out of sign conjunctions. And some do. I'm one of the ones that do. I look at it like this. Let's say, you take an Aries Venus at 29 degrees, right? And you have a Taurus Sun at 2 degrees. Okay, there's like three degrees separation with with those planets. So because of that, you still have friction that exists between the planets in that conjunction aspect, even though there are different signs, and that's why I see out of sign conjunctions. So, and the thing is, again, if the Sun conjuncts Venus, there may be intense drive and motivation in doing what is enjoyed, and Venus is what we enjoy, and if Venus being in Aries, what may be enjoyed, it could be doing things that are related to the military or combat sports. Excuse me again, people. Damn. Doing what is enjoyed, can also include adventure. It could be motorbiking, can be, again, the combat sports. It could be some other things, could be just sports in general, could be doing something with welding, even arson investigation in some cases. It may be doing, things that are, connected. It could just be standing up for others, things that require innovative and pioneering ability as some examples. And also, too, there may also be intense love and enjoyment for doing what the person wants if the Sun conjuncts Venus. Now, if you have, let's say, the person with the Sun in Taurus, wants to generate income, make money, accumulate possessions, resources, may want also to do things that could be something Taurus related, such as carpet laying, geology, architecture, art, banking, and finance as some examples. And the thing too is that relationships may play an integral role in one's life if you have the Sun conjunct Venus. And, the one's life is the Sun again, being in Taurus, may be one that's about stability, peace, security, tranquility. And also, with Venus coming before the Sun, matters pertaining to relationships may take priority and precedence over ones connected with the self and the basic wants, which is the Sun. And also, and of course, with the Taurus Sun, the person may want, often to, have peace, stability in one's life, want creature comforts, wants to generate income. Now, if the Sun semi-squares Venus, there may be a conflict between more self-centered matters, which is the Sun, and ones that are connected with relationships, which of course is Venus. And you could have, a semi-square aspect as an example. Let's say that the Aries, Venus is at 0 degrees. and you have the Taurus Sun at 15 degrees, you would have a semi-square aspect between the two. And a semi-square is like a square, but it's modified, not as intense, but at the same time, I would say that a tight semi-square aspect can be comparable to a loose square, or be at least close to a loose square aspect in terms of its intensity and, its impact. Now, another thing about this combination is that, when you have the Taurus Sun, the actions, may be methodical, deliberate, and plotting, and maybe then could be injected into Aries-related things of enjoyment, which again is the Venus and Aries. Now, with Venus in Aries, those things of enjoyment could be connected with the military, welding, it may be working with metals, and maybe something with, sports, or more specifically, even combat sports. It could be doing things with adventure, motorbiking, things that are, pioneering, innovative. Maybe it's something, is connected with, could be, speech therapy, physiology, as some examples. And also, too, the basic nature, which is the Sun in Taurus, may be calm, tranquil, and peaceful. Yet, one's relationships, again, which is Venus, may be more contentious, even combative, and have many acrimonious disputes. So, again, you have a strong contrast between this energy with the Sun and Venus, because the person, again, the basic nature, may be, very, calm, placid, stolid, and impassive, which is the Sun in Taurus. But when you have the Venus in Aries, the relationships may be more contentious, and there may even be some kind of enjoyment and some kind of, arguing and debate when you have, Venus in Aries, actually. So, and what's interesting, too, about this combination is that when you have the Sun in Taurus may have a tendency to hold on to grudges for a protracted period of time. But when you have the Venus in Aries, the relationships, and, in matters of the heart, he or she may become angry and provoke quickly, but can forgive and forget just as fast. So it gives you a little more of a balance, like you could say, when you have the Venus in Aries, because the blow-ups may be quick at times, but then they are, the anger can dissipate, just as quickly in terms of, situations that involve one's relationships and, the connections with others. And, it's in relationships, again, can include, the significant other, the marriage partner, and even important friends. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.